On today's stream, we're going to be playing some Mono Green Devotion. Karn the Great Creator was recently banned from the deck, and so now we are testing out some things in its stead to see if the deck still can exist without the big robot man himself. The one cool thing about Karn the Great Creator was that it allowed you to play a toolbox sideboard, and it made sideboarding extremely easy because most of the time you didn't bring in anything. And that was a very casual, friendly deck construction thing that we did a long time ago to make it easier for new players to pick up the deck. Now, though, we're going to have to really think about what comes in, what comes out. Certain cards are going to be better in some matchups than others. But mostly we're going to see if we can still kind of combo kill. And the thing that we're going to be combo killing with is the backside of Ulvenwald Oddity, which is Ulvenwald Behemoth. For 4 mana, you get a 4/4 with Trample and Haste. Pretty decent stats. Triggers Cure and draws a card. For 7 mana, you can transform it into an 8/8 that still has Trample and Haste, and it gives all your other creatures +1/+1 and Trample and Haste. And when you're doing big combo things with Storm the Festival, putting 5 or 6 creatures onto the battlefield, and you're able to like untap Nykthos and do the normal Karn the Great Creator combo kills, now we're going to be flipping Ulvenwald Oddity or some of the other transformed creatures and trying to use the backsides of those to finish the job. It's not going to be as efficient as Karn the Great Creator. It's not going to be as instantaneous as Karn. I'm hoping that the body and the card draw of Ulvenwald Oddity with Kiora is going to make it viable. I think that the backside is actually great. And people were really dumping on this card when I think it was Oath McNamara played it a little bit last week in preparation for the ban announcement. And Oddity was surprisingly good, according to him. And the backside, upon further inspection, does seem quite strong with, the combo nature of the deck, where you just want to give everything haste so you can actually physically win the game on the turn. And giving everything trample also makes it able to punch through in spots where you might not normally be able to kill. It's also an 8/8, right? So the turn you play it, if you can transform it, you're just automatically smashing for 8 outside of doing any of the other stuff. But when you're doing double Storm the Festival turns, Cure untaps, a bunch of card draw, and then you transform this, all your Cavaliers and Old Growth Trolls get haste. Like, it's very easy to just kill, I think. So that's kind of the idea for the main deck changes. We're playing one Vorinclex. It's pretty similar to Ulvenwald Oddity. It's not as immediate in its kill, but at 5, you do get some forests and put them in your hand, which can, help you hit land drops if your elves are dying and things like that. The 8 mana to exile it and come back. The Grand Evolution seems pretty sweet, and I am interested to see if it's any good. I only read the first 2 abilities, but those were good enough for me. So first is mill 10, then you can put 2 creatures among the mill cards onto the table. That includes Cavaliers and Ulvenwald Oddities. Chapter 2 is distribute 7 +1/+1 counters among any number of creatures. And then the last ability is until end of turn, creatures you control gain 1. This creature fights target creature you don't control. And then you exile it and return it face up as Vorinclex. So a lot to love about Vorinclex and the Grand Evolution. We'll see just how good it is. Thank you so much to Joey for the tier 3 sub. 64 months. That's so many months. That's 8 squared. That's a long time, Joey. I can't even do that many maths on one hand. 12, 24, 30, 60. So 5 and 1/3 years. That's crazy. All right. The sideboard is another interesting part of the deck, because now that we have things to do with our sideboard, instead of being card targets, we actually have to develop some game plans. And so we're going to start with 3 copies of Tranquil Frillback. The more I played this in the Gruul decks with Huntsman's Redemption, the more I like Frillback. It's just a bunch of abilities on the card. We generate a bunch of mana. So I'm playing this over Reclamation Sage and Scavenging Ooze, basically. So it's kind of taking the spot of both of those, which I really like. 2 copies of Elder Gargaroth. This can gain some life, be a real nuisance for red-based aggressive decks. 2 copies of Nissu Shakes the World. Is going to be great against control decks. The haste threat is nice. Mana generation's pretty solid. It doesn't trigger Kiora, and it's bad in multiples. If you wanted to play 1 over the Vorinclex in the main deck, I don't think many people would really care. Pretty close. 2 copies of Sky Sovereign Console Flagship. This is like against like White Weenie. We really need to be more interactive. 2 copies of Sword of Forge and Frontier, somewhat for the mirror match. Maybe Gruul, maybe, you know, just a good sideboard card against decks trying to kill your creatures because it can make your Llanowar Elves into viable threats. We did this a lot with Mono Green Dungrave Elder back in the day. I'm not sure if it's going to be viable here, but I wanted to give it a shot. And then last but not least, 4 copies of Blizzard Brawl. For 1 mana, you choose target creature you control and target creature you don't control. If you control 3 or more snow permanents, the creature you control gets +1/+0 and gains indestructible until the turn. Then those creatures fight each other. So it's 1 green to fight, and then if I have 3 snow-covered forests in play, then my creature gets indestructible. It might actually be a little bit difficult to get the indestructible online for Blizzard Brawl since we're playing Nykthos, Lair, and Beseiju, but the longer the game goes, the better Blizzard Brawl is going to get. And early in the game, if we play turn 2 Old Growth or Pelucranos, it's very likely Blizzard Brawl is just going to kill something for 1 no matter what. But it is certainly experimental, and we're just playing the snow-covered forest to facilitate that. Anyway, this is Mono Green Devotion. Do over. Let's play League. All right, this hand is a bit better. We'll keep. I'm going to put back, I guess, Wolf Willowhaven. I have a feeling our elf's going to die. If it doesn't, we'll be in great shape. All right, blue whites. Okay. All right, we hit our land drop naturally, so if our elf dies, we can still troll on 3. I thought about putting back a Lair of the Hydra, but I thought that making it so I couldn't turn 2 troll would have been awkward. Here's the troll, no counterspell, please. Make disappear. All right, if we were on the play, this would be significantly better, but we're on the draw, so we lose. Classic Pioneer thing. Temporary lockdown on the elf. All right, well, we're in some trouble now, but we'll see if we can get anything going here in the next turn or 2. I'm gonna go ahead and play. I was thinking about playing Nykthos, but I think I'll wait a turn. I may actually not even play it next turn because we're not getting it for a while, and they probably have Fields of Ruin. Plus, if we hit a Nykthos, I'd rather have the big turn where we can go Nykthos, float, play another Nykthos, you know? Alright, well, classic counterspells are good against Mono Green Devotion. Blue Eye Control making a huge comeback. Seems strange. I guess Lockdown good against Smuggler's Copter. Are you going to Atlanta for the RC? I am going to be doing commentary from home. Alright, I'm going to activate Lair for 1. I'm going to attack with both. This is like walking right into Shark Typhoon, but I don't really have many options other than not attacking. This is also bad against Wandering Emperor. Oh, I didn't even see this. This is brand new. That's my bad. That was just a misplay. So 2/3, when it attacks, you create a map. So it's not when it attacks or blocks. That's good. Alright, flooding, kind of bad. I guess we'll just go for a big lair here since we threw away a lair a second ago. Hopefully they don't have Wandering Emperor or some way to exile it. Shark Chump. Sure. Shark No Chump is also fine. Really want to draw one of our Storm the Festivals here. Would be nice. I did see Spikesless Buwalda. It looks pretty cool. See if this Cavalier resolves. Orb, okay. I wanted to make a big Lair of the Hydra, so I left Nykthos and Lair up, which is why in case you were wondering why I didn't leave more elves open to attack. Alright, we'll play Troll, see if they have another counter. They don't, luckily. So let's make a Nykthos reasonably sized. We'll attack with the Lair and the Elf. Maybe just the Lair, since they have the Anchorage. Alright, here's Wandering Emperor to eat the Lair. But now our Old Growth Troll can threaten the Wandering Emperor decently. Excited for Monograin Do-Over. Have you seen the Vivan Arc by Ranger version that still have things like Leveler and the Cyborg that can tutor? I mean, yeah, I built one. It looked kind of weak, so I cut it. Changed it to this. Alright, I'm gonna send everything at the Emperor, I guess. Alright, my gut says we should not we should not crack Wolfwillow, though, is what I'm trying to say. More pressure, but just leaves us vulnerable to sweepers. So they have all the Storm Giants to block if they want it. They're going to Farewell instead, getting everything. Very cool. Farewell is the one that I really love playing with and against. Complete board wipe reset that makes me sad to play the game. Okie dokie. This is what happens when you ban Karn. You're more vulnerable to sweepers. Just because you have fewer planeswalkers. We could play, we're going to be bringing in things like Nissa. But, in this stage, we've basically lost already. We're going to get to Flashback Deluge with no pressure on them, so. Sword in, a couple Frillbacks, a couple of Nissas. And then our deck is unlikely to want the oddities, but I do like the Vorinclex. Lucanus Reborns. I'm going to trim one Wolfwillow Haven, mostly because they have disenchant things that hit it. Makes it a little worse. It's possible we want the third Frillback, just as an extra thing to kill Temporary Lockdown. How's Green feeling? I mean, this is game one, my friend. We mulligan, and we got everything countered and killed, so not the best, but what are you going to do, You lose a die roll, you get your turn 2 spell countered, you get your turn 4 spell countered, turn 5 spell countered, you get Wrath twice. What are you going to do? Chalice says, as a strictly blue-white player, excuse me, one sec. Take Cure. As a strictly blue-white player, sometimes I miss planar cleansing. Farewell, not hitting planeswalkers so bad sometimes, but the exile is so good. I cannot stress how much better Farewell is than freaking planar cleansing. Just I don't think it's particularly close either. Like not hitting planeswalkers I think is a huge upgrade, especially in Pioneer. There's just not that many people playing planeswalkers. Mono green is the exception, I guess, but Farewell is particularly brutal. The fact that it exiles too is just so gross. I will take the Nissa Who Shakes the World. Give us an extra planeswalker. Alright, cool. They did not kill my Kiora, so we have the chance to start playing 5-drops next turn. They may counter stuff, but they didn't counter the Kiora, so it has to be probably Absorb. We'll start with Cavalier. If it gets countered... Oh, wow, it didn't get countered. That's crazy. We did hit. One Shark. Sure. Alright, so we got a Max Punish. I'm gonna go for a Storm in the Festival. Because I don't want them to be able to play a 4-drop here that's good. That sucks. Pretty bad Storm. Guess I'll take Beseju. Alright, I think I'm just gonna say go. I don't want to walk into the Wandering Emperor. I think attacking here is pretty weak. What's up, Draven? How's it going? They didn't play anything. So I think that means that they probably do have Shark Typhoon. Alright, we'll play Old Growth Troll. Attack for 8 now. We're probably going to get hit with Farewell. That'll leave us with a Cure at least. Then we can hopefully resolve the Nissa after. Rely on that. And if one of their wastes answer the Nissa is with an enchantment, we do have the Beseiji for it. Alright, so Shark, no attack. Interesting. So they did shock up to 6. I'm going to go for Storm. I can go Nissa into Storm, but I feel like... I don't know. It's just not good enough. I will draw a card first. Found Nykthos. Alright, so we have a boatload of mana here. Alright, let's start with Nissa. Let's see if they counter this one. Because we can untap and then storm the festival. Alright, get lost is fine. I mean, it's not fine. I thought about untapping a land in response, but... Play another troll, draw a card. Maybe these are the spots where I really should have the oddity in my deck. But we can storm at least one time, again, from the graveyard. Yeah, oddity here. I should always leave one oddity in my deck, I think, just for these combo turns like this. Vorinclex. I don't think I really need the frill back. Exiling their graveyard doesn't do much. They don't have any enchantments or artifacts to blow up. Gaining life seems mid. I can just leave spells in my deck. Alright, we'll get the last 2 forests out, and then we'll just flip this, I guess. We have 17 cards, is going to put us not that many left. It does turn it into a saga. We'll get the frill back and the elf. Like, we can keep going, but there's very little reason to keep going. Alright, so let's just gain 4, exile their graveyard. And then we'll use a map on a trampler. So, like, no, we'll just keep all the cards in our deck. We're gonna get hit with a farewell, probably. But we want to get as much damage in here as we can. They're gonna block 5, they're gonna take 9, down to 4, and then they should be dead to the lair. Emperor, maybe, yeah. Alright, farewell would be very problematic, but we can beat basically everything else. And we might be able to beat the farewell as well. Nice. So I think because of what I was talking about earlier, I think I just always leave in one overworld oddity to transform. The throwback seems weak. I'm gonna keep 2 in. That way I can hit the unlicensed or the 3-drop enchantment, whatever it's called. I think I'm gonna mulligan. What's up, Nick? All right. They'll probably have a counter spell for everything we play this game, but we're gonna keep the 6. Are they the Lotus Field version if they're playing this? I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Plukernos in this deck, if I'm being honest. Just in time? Sorry, in this matchup. I like Plukernos in the deck. I don't like it in this matchup. Probably just for field? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, they can use it for Ardenville as well, right? I'll play Troll, see if it resolves. Quick study, sure. How's it going, Brayman? I'm gonna play Troll, see if they counter. These are the good punish turns for Wandering Emperor and such. You just want to generate tons of mana here. 8 mana. So let's go for Cavalier. We hit another Nykthos, we can Vorinclex as well. And they didn't have a counterspell for the troll, so... Oh wow, we did it. We're doing it. Can we play it plus do the thing? No, we're 1 short. Too bad. This would have been a really good turn for that. Alright, I'm going to leave the Wolfwell Haven. 7 mana floating. We'll attack for 4. No, we won't. They didn't do anything. If it's Deluge, it's Deluge. But if it's Wandering Emperor, I'd rather just not give them a good target for this turn, so their mana is used poorly. 4 damage versus getting my thing eaten is a pretty huge difference. We're probably getting hit with a Wrath, but I hope we get to untap with Vorinclex and do the ability. Yeah, that sucks. Alright, so Cavalier's going to get back Vorinclex so we can do it again. And then these are going to go on 1 each of the forests. Alright, so we go 3, 4, 5, Vorinclex, and then we can activate the ultimate. Get 2 forest. Alright, so we mill 10 and we get 2 creatures. We get a Cavalier and an Elf, that's fine. The next turn we can put some juice on them with Chapter 2, and we can also just activate Lair if we miss. We have a Storm the Festival in the graveyard for later as well. Alright, your go. Yeah, Vorinclex has been looking great actually. We just need more mana sinks basically. And Vorinclex, Uvenwald Oddity, Plukernos, these are all like huge monsters that we can just immediately ultimate, which is awesome. They're moving to cleanup. They have Tidebinder. All right, I'm gonna put 6 and 1, I guess. Get lost on that. We'll float a green. All right, so we'll go Nykthos. I guess we storm from the graveyard. Maybe we just animate the hall or the lair. Have I tried the Board's Creativity deck? Not yet. How good is Copter? Copter's great. Excellent card. Can we just go for a lethal here? This is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 16. Yeah. All right, I'm just going to go for lethal. They need a removal spell here, and they can't even farewell next turn. We get Vorinclex back next turn anyway, even if they do have the answer. Another get lost. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so this will exile and come back face up, so we can just do it again. The fairy, so they're probably going to minus on the Cavalier. All right, let's go storm the festival. No. I guess we'll go here. Let's activate Vorinclex. All right, Tranquil Frillback Elf, I guess. Do we have anything to exile from the graveyard? Not really. Could gain some life. We only have 13 cards off the deck. That's another. I guess that's something you got to be careful with. Guess I'll just gain 4. I guess they could have Dig Through Time in their deck. Guess we'll play and equip Sword to Llanowar Elf. All right, so the second animation of the Grand Evolution is probably not worth. Okay. Take this. We're in a lot of trouble. So I'm going to upkeep, I guess, sack one of the forts with Old Growth Trolls so that I can put 7 counters on something for Grand Evolution. Do we be Nissa Voice of Vindigar Pills? I don't know, maybe. All right, so this is 3. How much is this? 5. I will go for a Storm, I guess, from hand. We can get Nissa Who Shakes the World and Ulvenwald Oddity. This thing has haste as well. I don't want to untap the Nykthos. We're going to untap a forest. Sidebinder on that. That's fine. Alright, so the Oddity can kill the Teferi. So this is pro-green, pro-red, but this has trample. One deals combat damage to a player. I exile the top two, so we'll just go here. And I'll just attack and kill the Teferi, I guess. Alright, I'm going to not use maps, I think. Just a go. So the Snow Forest can tap for 2, so we have the ability to unlock from like an Oblivion Ring style effect. We can also kill Ardenvale. We need to. Got a lot of storms in the graveyard. Ulvenwald plus Nissa hit was kind of cracked. 2 hasters against the Teferi. Yeah, my testing the last time with Nissa Voices Indigar was that it was pretty bad, but I don't hate the idea. Memory Deluge main phase. This is very good news for me. Usually means that they're dead. Yeah, I know, Taylor. It's like the Grand Evolution happened multiple times, so. Next turn we can transform the Oddity, though, and that'll give the Vorinclex haste as well. Alright, so this is also lets all of our stuff fight. Do I have forest left? I got 2 left. Fine. Start with Old Growth Troll. We'll go transform this. Get lost. Alright, so these are gonna lose haste, but I can do this fights here. Alright. And then this will get buffed from this, and then I'll activate the Nissan attack. So GG. Hopefully we draw like a 1, 2, or 3 drop in the next few draws. We are on the draw, but we got an elf. Lands an elf. What can you ask for? Thought sees you. Okay. So happy Karn's gone? Yeah, me too. I feel like it's just we just have to work hard for it now, but that's good. That's good. Something small. That's good. Copter looking more fair than you remember? Well, that's what happens when you add, 5 more years to a format. It's still very good. I don't know what y'all are seeing that makes you think that it's not that good or whatever, but, it makes every shitty deck better. It makes every good deck great. Everyone thought the mono black aggro deck with Copter was pretty bad back when it first came out, too. Yeah, like now they're going to be able to discard, things like Scrap Heap Scrounger. Maybe not Scrap Heap Scrounger specifically, but things like Scrap Heap Scrounger. This Knight of Ebon Legion's really bad news for me. I'm probably going to have to trade Ulvenwald Oddity. And then the Knight of Ebon Legion's just going to chew me up. This matchup coming back is not something that I would wish on anyone. I'm going to play Troll over Oddity, because it's more valuable to have the Troll die. They may choose not even to attack with either except for the Copter. All right. I'm gonna block. Just forces them to use all their mana, and it doesn't hurt me that bad. Keeps my devotion in play. And also means that now my Cavalier can likely block and trade. All right, I'm going to play Nykthos as my other land here. It gives away that I might have a big next turn. But I might be able to do double Nykthos next turn. Now, I might not block with Cavalier depending on how they attack. But it does eat their whole turn again. And it trades with Knight. Unless we get back Kiora, which goes bananas with my hand. Thank you so much, Reptar! Tier 3 out of his mind! Hold on, I gotta get Reptar his special. I gotta get Reptar his special. Alright, this one is just for Reptar. Just shake that ass, bitches. Let me see what you got. Nice. Thanks for the 62 months, homie. Appreciate you. Do I want to block that? I mean, it does let me get Kiora back and do cool stuff. I guess I'm just going to do cool stuff no matter what. Because of the oddity. Can we kill next turn? Unlikely. But possible. Can we kill with the Kiora? Guess that's the question. Okay, so let's say we play 2, 3 Kiora, 2 activate. That's 3, 4, 5. I think I'll just take the hit. It's just not worth trading. I would definitely trade with Knight because it makes them pump. The fact that they can't attack with Copter, though, also is good for me. They're also super flooding, it seems like. Jesus Christ. Alright, so let's start with Oddity. We'll go Nykthos for 9. Cavalier. We can play this other Cavalier as well. If we hit another Nykthos, we can go bananas. Alright, so let's go this much. 14, so this costs 7, 5 is 12. I think we're actually about to kill them. Do we have anything in the graveyard? Nope. Okay, that's fine. Let's go mapping. I don't think I want to attack. Maybe I do, though. Wolflow Haven, Graveyard. Maybe I should attack. You decided that you didn't need any scoos on the board for Graveyard Hate. We have Frill back instead. Trying Frill back instead. Alright, I'm going to attack. Maybe I just only have Oddity back? Oddity is still pretty good next turn, so we're gonna get that if they let us. They don't. They just take it. Alright, they're fucking dead, man. You can come back to mine, though. No attacks. So this can only be buffed one time. Alright, nothing cool to do, so we'll just go max pressure. We're gonna smash with all of them. No fears. They have to block 2. They're gonna just probably trade. Or they have Archangel Avacyn. I guess that's something that they have in their deck. Alright, so they get to eat one. I guess I can take 5 and double block one, kill 2 of them. It doesn't matter. They're all indestructible. Archangel Avacyn is not one I had on my bingo card, chat. People be doing some wild shit, myself included. Alright, so we want to stack them in such a way where... Man, now we're just dead. That's so annoying. Alright, we'll do Oddity and Oddity, I guess. It's back to back. Did you decide that you didn't? I already read that. Sorry, Bearded. With Karn gone, I wish they'd unban Ballista. I thought that they might. They unbanned Copter instead to give aggro a push, which, you know, good for them. Whatever. Savage says a 6-mana Vorncleck's not good enough anymore. It hasn't been good enough for a very long time. And I'm not sure how good or bad it is necessarily, but... Alright, so we're going to take 7 down to 5, and then we're basically just dead. I can't believe that they are just straight attacking here. Or I feel like they should have attacked with everything. If they attacked with these two, they gain life. Alright, so it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so this can buff up to, what, 6 toughness? These two can come in for sure. I think I'm dead no matter what. If I attack with everything, maybe they get trampled over. I haven't done the math. We'll see. I doubt that I'm winning here, but I think if I don't send, I'm dead anyway to the Archangel flip plus attack. We have 1 reach creature or whatever. Alright, so this is not enough. You win. Wait. 5, 0, 11. Yeah, they're fine. Archangel Avacyn crushed me. And I don't have a bunch of things that kill flyers, so that's awkward. Maybe Blizzard Brawl's okay. Elder Gargaroth, Sky Sovereign both seem fine. What's bad? Lucanos is good. Troll's solid. There's another matchup where I'm not sure Oddity is worth, but we can keep 1 for the combos. I'm going to do Sky Sovereign and Gargaroth. We're going to cut Oddity, Vornclex. We're going to trim 1 Oath. Against aggressive decks, cutting an Oath, I think it's okay most of the time. I don't think I want Nissa against decks with Copter. Blizzard Brawl, I think, is on the fence, but they have a lot of Death Touchers. So I'm not sure. And I don't really want to cut anything that's in my deck, so. You want Feldar Guardian? You're a sicko. Savage Knuckleblade, the 6-mana Vornclex was really good when we were doing like +1/+1 counters on everything. I'm not sure that it'll be good enough without that type of deal going on, but they've mulliganed to 6 and we have a pretty darn good one, a classic mono greener. Maybe the Vornclex should always stay. The Vornclex looked pretty good. I feel like we need a couple more big creatures for it to be truly great, though. Because our opponents... I mean, we just kept hitting, like, Elf Troll or Elf Cavalier, but... I guess that's not so bad. Alright, we got the turn 2 Cure, turn 2 Old Growth Troll. Gonna go with Cure first. No untap. I think 1 damage on the Cure is not worth a damage to their face. I wonder if they just go kill this with the map. Give me 2 maps. Get Lost is so good, man. I'll play Troll. I'm gonna go and just explore on it to get some card filtering. Found a Beseiju. That's pretty good. Tapped Godless Shrine. That's fine. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so let's go for Stormin Norman. Hit the Garg and the console. We don't have anything to hit on the console, but that's fine. And then we'll attack for a 4 with the Troll. And we have the Sky Sovereign to crew up to kill a big blocker or whatever, or medium-sized blocker. Vanishing Verse on my big guy. Fine. They just conceded. They just conceded, chat. Alright, they have to keep, like, all of those early creatures, right? So, I feel like they just mulliganed to 5 and drew a couple removal spells or whatever. But their deck did not change core functionality, be my guess. I think we're cool. Still don't need the Blizzard Brawls. I think that that's a good hedge to leave them out of the deck, just in case they don't have them at all. Keep this hand's pretty strong. Exactly, Taylor. You can't play 6-drop Vorinclex with Storm the Festival. At some point, that was just became a rule, right? Here's Fatal Push. So maybe they just went full-blown control mode and cut all their early creatures and copters, but I doubt it. Foretold. I have no idea what that can be. I guess I'll take Forest here. Go and play another Oath. Someone I had an Elf that turn. Old Growth Troll next turn? No, but we'll take the Troll anyway and play Cure next turn. We'll play the Troll as a blocker if we need a blocker, but we're going to likely play Kiora unless they threaten to kill it with something. Can we just cut Storm? I mean, it's easily the best payoff for the card Nykthos that I've ever seen. Like, not particularly close. Starmine Unleashed. Starmine Unleashed is pretty scary. But they didn't hit a land drop. Yes, they did. Sorry. We were on the draw. Bonus list is wild. I don't think I'm going to win. Now I'm pretty confident I'm not going to win, but we will get Old Growth Troll down. We might be able to chain off here, use Sky Sovereign to pick off their next creature. But they are really putting the screws to me in a number of ways. Alright, we didn't draw the land. I'm going to block the Knight if they send. That'll ramp me up to 4. If I draw a land, I can play Cavalier. The Cure is going down, but if I draw the land, I can Sky Sovereign the Legion, which I desperately need to do. And then I'll maybe stabilize after that, but I need the mana regardless. Maybe Cav there was better. I like killing the Knight while they're tapped out. I'm going to wait on the Storm, because I really just want to hit Cavalier anyway, and I already have Cavalier, so we'll just go for that. Alright, I'm not going to attack. I think... I probably should have attacked, because they're probably going to kill this somehow. The end or whatever. Oh, they didn't have it. Knight of Ebon Legion, that's fine. Now we have a big blocker. Alright, so we'll gamble a little bit on hitting a land here, I think. Let's go Cavalier. Alright, so we'll go Cura plus Oddity. We'll get to draw a card as well. Seems Jover. Yeah, I think we're in good shape now. $15. Storm again. Cavalier. Lucernos. We should be in easy mode from here. I'm going to try to transform the Ulvenwald Oddity to give everything haste. You can also just Storm again, but I think I just want to go for the kill. We still have a land to play as well. Alright, I'm going to move to attacks, and then if they kill the Behemoth, I'll crew the Sky Sovereign, but otherwise I'm just going to swing with everybody. I'm going to make them act first. Alright, so let's crew. Alright, so we still have 2 floating. We can map. Top card is Elder Garg. We'll keep it on top. Alright, so we'll attack and kill the knight. This isn't a lethal attack. But even if they do have Wrath next turn, they are pretty fucked. Because we have Lair still, and a lot of things that die with triggers. That song was called That Feeling, Beat the Game by Samus. Well, this was a very good showing for the deck because they put us under a lot of pressure with a lot of disruption. You know, 3 Fatal Pushes, get lost. Turn 3 Angel Warrior token. But Oddity so far has looked really good. So shout out to Oath McNamara for that one. That's a nice one. Well, this is also an excellent opener. So let's hope that our opponent just plays like a tap land. Alright, Fatal Push on my thing. It removes my nut draw, but I think I'm going to take a land over a second Kiora. And I'm going to play it, so keep the Boseiju in the deck. Yes, games feeling more interactive is good. It means that the games are just scary and close all the time. Bitter Triumph. Okay, unfortunate. Alright, so this is a good draw. We'll go Wolfalo into another Kiora, and then next turn we can Storm and hope they don't have another way to kill the Kiora. Thoughts on Tribute to World Tree? I don't want to have too many triple greens, and I think the creatures are more important. The Kapta. Alright, Inti. Inti's good, but we're about to go off a bit. I'm not sure if I need to float everything or not. Storm is happening. I guess Storm is happening. We'll leave Nykthos open. Uvenwald and Elf. Okay. Draw card. Should have floated. That was horrible. Okay. Good to know. I'm going to attack for 4. Crux is fine. I'll just discard the Elf. I'll use the crew copter. All right, here comes the Mutavault. So they're going to send everybody at Cure, probably. All right, so they're also going to give Trample to something. So I think the Cure is just dead, which is fine. We can still transform the Oddity and hit for lethal. I think this is just lethal here. They have a land drop still, I think, maybe. All right, Cure down. Because it does buff everything. Oh, I'm 1 short. Shit. I could have stormed the festival. And I meant to play my land, but I have 6. Brooks is not good enough, and they don't have the red mana for it anyway. This is not vulnerable to Fatal Push unless they turn on what you calls it. Alright, so they have Powered Kill for the Oddity. Man, I just thought it was lethal. I don't know why. I think I'm going to end up losing now. I can make a 2/2. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I don't think I can even play the Storm from the grave, so I think I'm just going to lose now. It's 3. What is this? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, we're at 16. Let's just chill. We can make some 2/2s, but they don't block Copter. Man. Big punts. Oh, they hit Blight Step Pathway. Unfortunate. Inti plus Copter is cracked. Oh my god. I'm dead. Alright. We might have had a good shot at winning that game if I didn't miscount. This is a matchup where I think Sky Sovereign and Nissa are both pretty good. Gargroth is okay, not great. Railback, good, not great. Blizzard Brawl, bad. Y'all be loving that one, huh? Alright. Trim Oddities. I don't know if I want to sideboard too much in the matchup. Yeah, maybe Kiora can come out. Maybe, I don't know. I just shit the bed on that game, but my opponent had some good draws. I think I want these 4. I'm going to cut these 2. The Plukernos Reborns are fine, but maybe the worst of the bunch. The Oddity, I'll just keep the one of in case I want a combo, but I do like Vorinclex in the matchup for going super grindy long. But, I mean, that game was just a punt. Couple punts. Turn 1 elf. What you got? Think they'll still have E in the board? Probably. Alright, your go. Harvester's fine. Doesn't do that much against the troll. I'm gonna play Kiora. If I draw land, I'll Vorinclex. If I don't, I'll play Troll. They can only hit it for 3, so it's hard for them to knock it off this turn without a direct removal spell. And over 2 turns of attacking, it's not that big of a deal. Akata. Knight of Ebon Legion. Annoying. I will draw a card and get 2 forests. Probably do the forest first to thin the deck some. Alright, very likely that my Vorinclex and my Kiora are dying this turn. Maybe that's a good reason to cut Kiora from the deck after sideboard if they're the more aggressively slanted build. I'm definitely just going to trade. Am I? Forces their whole turn? Yeah, fuck them. Forces their whole turn, and then we get more cards out of Kiora Old Growth Troll. We can maybe do some cool stuff next turn. Play another Oath. We can get the Elf down as well. See what we get off of here. Cavalier's great. A year ago. Well, the Vorinclex has reach as well. Secret reach. What's getting played over the Karn now in mono green? We are currently trying out Ulvenwald Oddity. Since it does grant haste to all of your creatures that you find off of the things. It's also just a pretty good... Yeah, Vorinclex also another thing that we have in there. Just mana sinks that are also hits for Kiora. The rest, they're going to take maybe Kiora, but maybe Storm. No matter what they do, they're probably dead. Well... Oh, we're getting our discard exiled, so let's just keep the Cavalier then. They're tapped out? Are they dead? They're like pretty close to dead. Alright. GG. Fred has played the non-Karn version forever. He had great success with Galta and Ram-Throughs. Yeah, I mean, Galta is a weird one. I would not imagine that your friend's build is particularly competitive in like a serious tournament environment. But I could be wrong. I just think my experience personally with Galta is that it's very difficult to cast. And if it's not difficult to cast for him, then that means the opponents just aren't killing elves. And the way that Mono Green never loses when your opponent kills elves, and when they don't kill elves, you usually win. Because your deck is just like turbo consistent with Kiora, Cavalier, Storm the Festival. Should I Put the Plukernuses back in. Should I frill back just for Copter? I guess I'll frill back for Copter, and they probably have Fable as well. So I'm not that sold on the Nissas because they are a little lower to the ground and aggressive. So maybe I just keep the Sky Sovereigns, maybe just 2 frill back. No, we can trim an Oath. We can trim an Oath because they are way more aggressive than your normal Rakdos deck. It's not so much about your friend's build being good or bad. It's that I can tell you that if they are winning with Galta Ram through Mono Green Devotion, then I'm telling you their deck's not very competitive. If you disagree or whatever, that's fine. Oh, the big whiff on the Duress. We love to see it. No Karns in my deck, sir. That's Uvenwald Oddity. Don't be bringing your Duresses against Mono Green anymore, chat. Anyway, all I'm saying is that sounds cool, but that does not sound like something that I am particularly afraid of from like the side of Rakdos midrange or whatever. Now, do you play Removal Spell or do you play a Smuggler's Copter? And that, my friend, is the squeeze. Alright, here's another elf. Here go. If they kill that, we might be in some trouble next turn, but we do have frill back to kick if they play Fable or Copter here. By Gigantha. We love to see that. I'm going to play Lair tapped and Old Growth Troll over the Oddity, mostly because if they kill something, I'd rather it be Troll. And also I want to get this Lair tapped so we can play Cavalier next turn without much trouble. Turn 3 by Gigantha. That's definitely something I'm interested in personally. Of my opponent doing. Something I want my opponent to be doing. Alright, let's play Cavalier. Yeah, they're not playing Shieldred, I guess. That's the first time I remember seeing that. They're playing Inti, Bloodtithe Harvester, more vampire-centric. Is this a vampire also? It's a human. Don't kill my elf. What's the combo of Oddity? You flip it. And the backside gives all your stuff haste and is enormous. That's it. That's the combo. We're going to keep the Kiora because we have a couple creatures to play into it to draw cards. Nixos or whatever is not quite as good. Opta. I think I just played Plukernos. That might be a little weird. The Kiora, I guess the Kiora is like unlikely to die. But this lets me do like Kiora plus Nykthos stuff next turn, maybe. My enemy. Alright, so they just can't Copter. Cool. Alright, so untap Nykthos. Can we flip the Plukernos here? So this is how much? 6. This costs 6 and 2 life. I think I'll play Oddity. Since we draw a card. Cavalier next turn. Alright, we'll just keep holding back on the Plukernos. Stream or battle. Motorists. This is pretty close to being big. This will make it a 4/4, and then... Alright, they're crewing for a bunch. They're making a bunch of treasures, and then what? Sack 5 treasures. Go get a dragon, so I'm dead. We're getting dwarfed, chat. We're getting dwarfed. This is definitely a matchup where we're going to be bringing in old Blizzard Brawl. Atarka, I mean, he's just doing Magna cheese. All dwarfs all the time for Magda. I think we're dead, but whatever. Another smuggler. Alright, so we'll go this many. We'll draw a card, do some stuff. We did hit a storm in the graveyard. Alright, we got 4 floating and we can still play a land. Old Growth Oath. Okay, we draw another card and we get thing off the troll. Another land. So we can Lucarnos. And then we can double Beseju the Copters. I think I'm going to kill both Copters. I think we're actually winning now. Can double block the Atarka. We'll lose the Plukernos only. Next turn we can double Storm. Maybe do more than that. What a turn? Yeah. Pretty good. Concession. Atarka into Concession. I love that. Okay, so they probably got a lot of artifacts, so Frillback is coming in for sure. Gargaroth is probably good. Sky Sovereign's probably good. Blizzard Brawl might be good. So, like, these are all potential come-ins right here. 11. Do we want to completely shred our deck? Probably. It's so hard to board out Kiora. Maybe the Blizzard Brawls are bad because we just can't afford to bring in that many cards. I do think Frillback is good. Sky Sovereign is good. And probably trim an Oath. Yeah, I think the Blizzard Brawls are just bad. Because I don't even want to bring them in here. And if I don't want to bring them in here, then I don't know. I don't think that they should be in the deck. Alright, so we'll bring in the Frillbacks and the Sky Sovereigns. I don't know if I want to worry about the Gargaroth, but Reach is good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. The Plukernos, Old Growth Troll, Cavalier, and Oddity. Can maybe trim a Storm. But I think really we should just not overboard. So let's leave out the Gargaroth because he is playing white. Likely has white removal for it. And I guess, again, we just kind of want to keep the one Oddity for the combo turn. And then I'm going to trim another Oath of Nason. Alright, pretty great hand. Let's hope our elf survives. Unlikely he's able to kill this and get an artifact down, but we'll see. I'm hoping it's just Motorist. I might actually trade Magda. Treasure. Just take it. Yep. So if I play Kiora into Elf, they can like send everything into Kiora to kill it if they have an artifact pre-combat. Alright, so these are both going to attack the Kiora. I have 5, so I'll just let it happen, and then we'll kill Magda with Sky Sovereign, probably. Should I just Storm? Maybe I should just Storm. I'm just going to Storm. That's not good. That's not good. I kind of wish I hadn't drawn the land. Tricked me. The land tricked me, chat. Now I'm just dead. Yeah, now we're dead. I should have just killed Magda. And then now like they can just go get the dragon. I'm just dead. If I don't kill the Magna, I lose. That was stupid. Very, very stupid. We think of a bloated contaminator build. I tried that card when it first came out and it felt pretty bad. Always spin the wheel. I think that was to not spin the wheel when you don't have to. Sky Sovereign on the Magda. In my brain, I just thought that I had another turn, but them attacking just turns on Magda. So that's just me fucking up. That was just bad. I should have definitely not done that. This is a pretty good start. Even if they have a removal spell for my 1-drop here, I think we're in good shape. And he's going to 5, so this might be an easy one. He might get frustrated and concede. He does that a bunch. When he's not feeling it. We are peas in a pod in that regard. Alright, Elfute. Warden. Warden's great. Is it a dwarf? No. Alright, let's see if we can find land or something. Another Cavalier. I guess we'll take Pelucranos, but I'm not stoked about it. They play Copter or something, we can frill back it. Raven Inspector. Okay, so they're just going to tap these 3. Alright, let's hope we draw land for the Cavalier. Gonna play the Pelucranos since it has reach. It can block the Warden for a minute. Save the frill back for Copter or Fable. Yeah, Magda with Warden's pretty sweet too. Magda might just be cracked now. It was already good, but maybe it's messed up now because Magda with Warden seems awesome. Alright, so we can attack with Pelucranos and play Old Growth Troll. This is going to be bigger than Pelucranos next turn anyway. Smash. I think I'm still going to hold on the frill back, but I kind of want to kill the treasure. Guess I'll just play the old growth troll. Hopefully we draw Nykthos next turn and just go crazy. They only have the one treasure right now. The Magda is very, very threatening, though. Yeah, here it comes. So now they can make 3 more. Then they can use those to get the Warden all buffed up. It's just pretty scary, man. I think I'm going to lose. The Magna stuff's crazy. I need Nykthos now, I think, or I die. Dwarf deck's kind of neat. Yeah, I agree. I'm interested. This is also a mold of 5 from him, and he missed a second land drop. So we're going to get a Tarka next turn. So I guess we just go for a Cavalier this turn. Can't even really attack. They can Warden again, go get Tarka, kill a bunch of stuff, make it difficult for me to block. The next turn I still need to draw another Nykthos or I die. Unfortunate. I thought this was going to be an easy one. But his deck seems really sweet. Magda is X Factor shit with Copter and Warden. And the like Toolcraft, Motorist, like this is a really cool way to build the deck. I'm interested for sure. I think I should have won last game. I made a pretty big pun, I think, not killing the Magda. I just gave away game number 2. I think if I just Sky Sovereign on turn 3 or 4 or whatever, I just have the ability to potentially keep him off of the dragon. I lose my Kiora. That was it. I mean, look, sometimes your opponent's draw is a Nutter Butter's draw, and you can't do shit about it. Other times, it's all about, I don't know. Other times you just big punts. This is like a game we can't win, right? But last game we could have won. And we're getting our tower torched as well. All right, so we have to take the hit. And then we have to try to draw Nykthos still. Nykthos into combo Storm Festival turn. So we still have an out, and it's Nykthos plus a lot of luck. But even then, we might not be doing anything that relevant. We might still just be dead to flyers with trample. I feel like they should have pumped it one more time. I guess they're at 11, so there's a chance they die on the swing back. Rollback seemed bad, even though we had stuff to do. All right, GG. I wonder if I'm just supposed to mulligan this type of hand now on the play. I don't think so. But we have to rethink how we play all the games without our combo stuff. I'm going to take the Plukernos over the Oddity. Oddity is more for like long game combo stuff. In fact, we may change the deck to only have one Oddity in the main. While it's been okay to good, it's like I don't know. All right, so we have a Beseiji here for Cauldron, or for Witch's Oven if they have it. All right. We'll just take the one from the Cauldron. We'll start playing Old Growth Trolls. Hopefully they don't steal it. Cracked Blood as the first order of business is always a good sign. Unless they're discarding something messed up, but they just discarded Blood Crypt. Alright, so they do take it. And now the question is, do they have the 1 mana sack for it? If they do, that's sad. They don't. Alright, so they're just getting aggressive here. Alright, so let's go land. 3, 4, 5. So we can't storm. Let's just make 4, and we'll go Pelucranos plus Llanowar Elf plus hold up Boseiju. Could attack for 4, but them being aggressive with the claim to me means that they probably have another claim, but maybe not a way to sack because they didn't play Witches Oven. But we can 1 mana Boseiju here on instep, untap, transform this, gain some life maybe, start attacking. Opponents, hello. Hello. Bueller? Here comes something. Mayhem Devil. Okay. Harvester to do nothing except kill the elf. Sure. So we can transform it and it'll be a 6/6 with lifelink, so we can chunk in for a ton. How much is this? 7? So maybe we just storm this turn instead. Alright, we'll get Wolf Willow plus Elf, Max Devotion, some blockers. Or we'll take the Oddity. I'm gonna smash for 8. We're gonna put them in potential death range next turn. If they want to do any sort of blocking, I'm more than happy with it. If they take something with claim, it's gonna be a tapped creature, so could have attacked with the Oddity as well, but I didn't want to lose to like steal something plus attack. Seems very easy. Well, whatever you want to say, bit error, it's always going to be around, and it's always going to find spots to be good. It's one of the most powerful and consistent decks ever made. Yeah, also, it's with a 1-card combo that Mono Green can't interact with. So if they just banned Geological Appraiser, Mono Green would have been back up to its 55% or whatever. And if that's not the case, then so be it or whatever. I don't know, man. All right, another Harvester. Okay. So they can pop blood, deal 1 to the elf. Also, we're just in the Wild West now, so whoever builds the first good mono green deck wins. You know? Alright, Sky Sovereign comes in. I think Nissa, Gargaroth, throwback. These are all potentials. This is a matchup where Oddity, I think, can go. Lucanos can go. I like the Oaths. I like the Elves. Fiora. See, I don't need all this stuff, so maybe we don't want the Gargs. And that leaves us 2 cuts. 1 Oath. Maybe 1 Kiora. I like the Vorinclex. I think it's cool. Yeah, I mean, even if you're able to beat it, it's like it's a pure race or whatever. There's very little in the way of you to like make any real decisions other than how can I kill my opponent as quickly as possible. And it's up to them of whether or not they can assemble the 1-card combo of Geological Appraiser. That's just not where we're at now. We're just in a new universe and everything's thrown out the window. Anyone who thinks Mono Green is bad, it just doesn't know how to build decks and doesn't know how to try to adapt the decks to beat what's currently seeing play, and no one knows anything because it's a brand new format. Smuggler's Copter changed everything. Whatever decks were good last month are not necessarily good this month. Cards that were good last month are maybe shitty this month because of Copter. In particular, Sorcery Speed Removal is all dead. Land please. Land please. Land please. Land please. Come on. What do you think, chat? Do you keep this hand? Getting my Oath taken and my Elf killed is a little awkward, but was this claim plus sack it, draw 2, tap it for mana? Land would be good. Land is still good. Keep on the draw pitch on the play. On the play, I think it's even better of a keep because we turn 1 Elf, and if they don't deal anything about it, you know, if we don't do anything about the Elf, we get to have 2 mana, and if they do kill the Elf, we have Oath to find another land. I think it's just a fine keep, but we got fucked by push Thoughtseize like you always do. All right, we did bring in the frillbacks, right? Yep. Mayhem Devil likely makes this a little too much to handle. You know, they just picked us apart. They had a great draw. Oh, 2 Sky Sovereign going to the bottom. A bummer. All right, so we're going to take 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we need to have like the best Storm the Festival ever next turn. I guess we can't even Storm next turn without a land. Yeah, Reach to get better. Maybe going up on Pelucranos is better than keeping Old Growth Troll, but I'm liking the 4-2 split still. Claim on this, copy this, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, GG. All right, on the play. They might not be able to kill the Elder Gargaroth on the play. Maybe we just want more 5-drops that rip. Throwback's good. Maybe all the cures can go. It seems like they steal our thing and hit us with it, and we lose. Keep 1 Oddity as a combo trick, or whatever. We'll see. Cutting the cures may be weak. I'm gonna keep this hand, hope that we draw a bunch of lands in a row. Gonna play Timeless, the format on Arena. Probably not. Couple of reasons, but probably not. Too many 5-drops. Okay, so the plan of sight in all our 5-drops is also bad. Who would have thought? God, that's so annoying. Alright. Well, I'm probably going to concede when I miss a land drop here and just move on with my life. We can play another league. Alright. We cannot have a sideboard plan that involves all 5-drops. That was horrible. So let's talk about the things I like and don't like. The oddities were quite good. The Vorinclex was solid. The main deck I thought was reasonably great. And the only thing I might change is like a -1 Ultimate oddity down to 2. And then maybe adding a third Pelucranos or maybe a 2-drop creature that accelerates like a Sylvan Caryatid or something similar. I feel like we need just like 1 or 2 more cheap things. And we want them to not cost 3 necessarily. The Cavalier of Thorns, obviously still great. Finding Storm the Festival was awesome. The Vorinclex on either side of it looks sweet as well. The oddity on the backside threatened lethal a bunch. Our opponent killed it quite often, but there were a couple times where it was incredible. But I think from the main deck, all I'd really change is Trim and Ulvamod Oddity. We have 22 lands. I'm not sure that 22 is necessary. We might can cut an Oddity and a land and play 2 more 2-drop accelerators. I'm not sure how that's going to mess with the consistency of like hitting land drops early. And I felt like I was needing more mana rather than flooding too often. And if so, that's maybe something to keep in mind. The throwbacks were a little expensive. Maybe we should not play these. The Gargaroths and Sky Sovereigns are kind of doing the same thing. We should probably trim them. And the Blizzard Brawls, I'm not sure if they're good or not. The Sword of Forge of Frontier never came in. I never really wanted them, even in matches where I thought they might be good. So it's possible that we just need to find essentially a clean like 2 or 3 card pull where we only board in 2 or 3 cards per matchup. And we just don't worry too much about messing with the core of the deck. Pelucranos Reborn, I think, can come out in some spots where opponent has a lot of black removal. It's excellent against Copter. It's excellent against red removal. Ulvamod Oddity was honestly quite good, but I really don't think we need 3 of them. I think 2 of them is more than fine. The Vorinclex can be anything. Any big finisher. We had it because it was a mana sink. And the backside of it was pretty good when we were using it. So I want to keep the 1. And that's about it. We'll work more on the deck soon. This has been Tandy playing Mono Green Devotion. This is a do-over. Mono Green gets a do-over. Their best card got banned. We're going to try to figure out best we can. Make sure to check out our sponsors. Brainstorm Brewery. They're a slice of life magic podcast. They're awesome. Moxfield, great deck generator. And we save all of our stuff there. You can make sure to check out our deck list on our Moxfield page. That should be in the description if you're watching this on YouTube. And make sure to hit the like and subscribe button on the way out. I'm Tandy. I'm the Pioneer Guy. Let's figure out Mono Green together, yeah?